From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. We're back at Tommy Mac's, back at the bar, and back with some veterans of our great military. Man, hoorah is what I'm told. Absolutely. Love that and much more. Of course, brought to you by our good friends at the Southern Grill and Goodfellas Cigar Lounge and Spirits. Daniel Bean is back from Abel and Bean, and Hellena Pugh from Zahara Veterans Network. Let's say hi to Dan.
Hey,
Dan,
buddy.
how are you, buddy?
I'm good.
You're all covered up today. What's going on?
Had to work a little bit.
So you had to put on the tie and all that. The Clark Kent outfit.
Yeah, but she looks
Till
fantastic.
later. She does. She does. Helena, how are you?
Very good.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for your service, first and foremost.
Thank
How
you
long
for the
did you
support.
serve in the Marines?
4 years, but 4 years in the Marine Corps is like 20 everywhere else.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And she can kill you several ways.
What did you say about the other branches? Are there for what?
Training and education
Training and
opportunities.
education. Wow. That's great. Well, it's great to have you. Tell us about Zahara Veterans Network.
Yeah, so it's a nonprofit organization. I started with the first event launched in 2016, and
cool.
our mission and our goal is always to connect women veterans to resources that already exist within the community and to each other.
Okay.
Yeah, so
All types of resources, whatever is needed to live day to day.
well, it's based on their
Total.
needs. What we kind of get from women veterans is they'll show up at different times of the year needing different types of support.
Okay.
And so as an organization, one of the challenges I had when I came out is I didn't know what programs are out there for veterans.
Right.
So I started the organization so that I can find out what are the organizations, not just in the area that I live in, but nationwide.
Right.
What organizations actually assist veterans, which ones are going to be the best to help with their issues. And I really kind of now geared toward the federal programs because they have so much support.
Okay. And having many veterans here at the bar over the years, I one of the constant things was that veterans don't know. Like there's so many resources out there, and for whatever reason, they don't know how to find them or connect them or whatever. So that's what you're doing, right? With women veterans.
Absolutely. But a lot of times what we find out, kind of like my mentors used to say to me, you needed help, but you're beyond help now. You're in autopsy mode. You should have come to me, months ago. So the goal is to not just get women veterans in and tell them about programs, but that they get involved with their own veteran community. Because for women veterans, what you'll see is they're almost non-existent within the veteran community.
Right.
And you don't see them until they're having issues or challenges. But on just a normal basis, they're not showing up at meetings. They're not coming to a lot of conferences or events. They really have been in the background.
Why do you think that is?
So women veterans, I always tell people, when you look at women veterans, one thing you should know right off the bat is more than 70% are impacted by military sexual trauma or some other form.
70%.
More than 70%. The top two things treated at the Department of Veteran Affairs for women veterans, two of them deal with mental health issues. So it's either PTSD or some form of MST that they're recovering from.
Oh my gosh, well that makes sense why they don't want to.
2 in every 3 women veterans that you meet is then impacted by that. So, that kind of maybe changes the way she interacts with the community when she's out of the service. She takes a little bit more time to work on herself. It takes a little bit more time before she gets involved. But sometimes that they don't ever come back. They never come back and get involved or really maintain. But women veterans as a whole do a lot for their communities. I always tell people, women veterans right now, number one starter of businesses in the United States of America. And when a woman veteran starts a business, she stays in business longer. She hires more local employees and she gives more support to nonprofit organizations than any other or agency or corporation. So having women veterans get involved with your community is exactly what you want.
Yeah, no question about it. And when you're making that transition, it's so difficult. You go from being very scheduled, regimented, and then you're out into this world of anybody does whatever the heck they want, whenever they want.
Yeah, and you have to kind of find joy. So the other thing is women veterans, if they are married, more than likely they're married to another service member. So that means that when she transitions, she's probably not going back to her own home. She's staying with her spouse, and that sometimes put her in a position where she doesn't have supportive resources around her. So she has to find her way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As we wrap up, where can they where can people find you? They need your help. So where can
So we have a website, zaharavets.org, and
Okay.
then we're also at the start of next year we're going to be relaunching with a new podcast. You know, everyone's getting
Cool.
into podcasts
yeah,
now.
definitely.
For the last few years, one of the things I've been really great at doing is talking about veteran programs that are underutilized by
Great.
veterans, and not just women, but men and women. Because believe it or not, about half of the people I personally mentor are male veterans, primarily from the Vietnam veteran era. So,
Wow.
yeah, that's my gifting. So.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
You're serving the people and doing the good work. I love it. So ZaharaVet.org.
Yeah, ZaharaVets.org.
Vets.org.
Yes.
Great. So great to have you.
Outstanding.
Thanks for
Thanks
having
again.
me.
Appreciate it. Dan the man.
Outstanding.
You're great. Yeah. You didn't even have to say
I know.
anything. She was so
she's
good.
awesome. She's awesome.
Well, this is my guy. This
That's
is my
right.
guy. You know,
She's
we
awesome.
stick together.
No doubt about it. All
Right.
right. Great to have you guys. So awesome.
Somebody has to protect the
Yeah.
Marines.
That's right. There you go. You got it in. I was waiting.
Yeah.
I was waiting. All right. Hey, always, veterans are always welcome on this show. We love you on this show. If you want to see these kind of conversations and more, check them out at iwannabuzz.com. Until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth.
Hoorah.
Cheers. Hoorah.